welcome to another episode of So You Want to Be a Chef. Today's going to be a little bit of update, a little bit of an update, I should say. It has been at least like 4 months since the last video. A lot has happened in between that time. I started training for the grill, and the gentleman that was training me, he ended up quitting, so now I'm grill full time. First impressions on the hotline, very intense, very busy. A lot of multitasking. I would tell anybody that's watched these videos, if you can't handle being interrupted in the middle of a task, not to cook food on a hotline. It's consistently, you're doing something, you get an order called in, you put that order on the grill, etc., etc. You're constantly being interrupted, being asked questions. It took me a lot to get over that. Other things I struggled with were trying to cook a perfect steak every time. And just not letting the steaks sit on the grill and get their grill marks and cook. I was constantly checking them for temperature and checking them again and then checking them again. And it just, that slowed me down and pretty much hindered my progress. And it took me like at least a good month to really have it down. They say that, after a while it just clicks. And just one day it just clicked for me. I try to push that to click, and it just, no matter how hard I push, it wouldn't click. And when I finally just stopped concentrating necessarily on every little detail and just let things flow, that's when it clicked. So I would definitely say try as hard as you can, but at the same time though, don't obsess over it. Just try to take things one step at a time and handle as much as you can, and the next day pick up more, more calls, more tickets, and slowly progress. Don't try to handle everything at once. Those were kind of my downfall. But a month later, here I am. I can handle a rush pretty well. I don't panic. I don't freak out anymore. And boy, did I panic and freak out when I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. And it was really strange because I was on the cold line and I never had that. However, though, you add 15 steaks and some items that are in a saute pan, and it gets kind of crazy. But now it's at the point where it's just like, whatevs, whatever happens, happens. I'm trying my best to get everything done. And it works out great. My timing's great. The steaks are turning out great. My boss is happy. I had a little bit of a meltdown because I had a whole bunch of things going on, but I recovered, and I'm still cooking. So, really, really excited that I made it on the hotline and I'm able to actually cook on a hotline. So pat on the back for that one. So yeah, by all means, I don't, there's a billion and one questions I had about working on a hotline, and I probably forgot some of them now, but by all means, if you want to ask, comment section down below is for that. And that's pretty much it. From here, what are my ambitions? Looking a year after culinary school, let's revisit this, learning all these techniques and working in kitchens for a year now. Has anything changed? Yes. I don't want to own a restaurant. Not necessarily that I want to own a restaurant, but I definitely don't want to own a restaurant and have that over my head, like a brick and mortar. I have recently been looking into this whole food truck, catering truck thing, and it seems really cool because it's up and happening. It's a very small space, very small investment. It seems really, really interesting. So, this might be the last So You Want to Be a Chef video and the start of So You Want to Run a Mobile Food Business or Food Truck. Who knows? Who knows? I'll keep you updated. And that's pretty much it. So this is going to be a short one, and by all means, I encourage anybody who watches these videos, feel free to ask questions. It's human nature to learn, and how are you going to learn, so by all means, questions, comments down below. You guys have been great. Thank you for subscribing, my few subscribers that I have, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Take care, and definitely pursue whatever avenue you want as far as cooking is concerned to the fullest. And you're guaranteed to succeed. It's what you put into it. And I guess that's my final thought of the day, to kind of have a Jerry Springer-esque ending to it. Welcome to another exciting episode of So You Want to Be a Chef. exciting. If you'd like to hear me mumble on for about 4 minutes, welcome to another exciting episode of So You Want to Be a Chef? Do you? Oh no, I'm a gorilla.